Hello my lovely foodies, my name is Mwajuma, aka the kitchen therapist, and I love to cook. I believe cooking is just like life, where some recipes need slow simmering just like family bonds, while others need quick frying like laughter shared with friends. In my kitchen, every meal tells a story of love, connection, and moments that bring us together. Welcome to my kitchen, where I bake trust with family, marinate friendship with time, and season life with shared moments. And when life gets busy and tough, I just pressure cook. And now, on to my today's video. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching me from. This is Mwajuma, aka your kitchen therapist. Hopefully all of you have been doing great ever since our last video. Today we are going to prepare deep fried fish that we shall later saute in tomatoes and onions. And normally when I'm deep frying fish, I like to use my external kitchen. So this is my pan. I've put some oil. I'd used that oil previously to deep fry some fish. And I love using this mega pan so that I don't spend a lot of time deep frying the fish. Before I continue, I want to thank my returning subscribers. Thank you very much for being with me always. Continue liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos, and tell a friend to subscribe. For my new subscribers, you are very welcome. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please do. Keep liking, commenting, and sharing from now on. Let's travel this journey together. So, my oil is already hot. I'm going to dip in the fish as we continue chatting. So you make sure your oil is hot enough. There you go. We shall fry 3 pieces at a go. And here is the third one. I hope it's clear enough. Let me zoom in so that you can see the fish. So, I mix paprika, white pepper powder, paprika powder, white pepper powder, some salt, garlic powder, and tumeric powder is what you are seeing, the colored seasoning. That's what I've seasoned the fish with. I like doing that before I deep fry, just in case I change my mind and decide that we are going to eat it deep fried without dipping it in any sauce. It will be fine. So, when you are deep frying fish, you have to be very careful about the temperature of the oil. If the oil is not hot enough, your fish will take long to cook. And most times, as you flip to cook the other side, it finds when the bottom side that you have been frying is not properly fried, so it just begins smashing. You will end up with fish puree. Yes, you will end up with fish puree. You have to be skillful while deep frying your fish. It doesn't take too long. So long as your oil is hot enough, that's it. And then you can always season your fish with any spice that you like. Sometimes I just prefer to put salt. Sometimes I use fresh garlic, salt and some lemon. You put anything that you prefer to put at that particular time. You should not have fixed recipes. You should have a variety of recipes so that you can prepare the same thing differently all the time. Yeah. Another thing you should probably consider, if you want very nice tasty fish, make sure you buy fresh fish. Some of these vendors in the market, when you go to buy fish, you find when they have fish that has spent some days in the market, they keep refrigerating. They take it out. When it doesn't get done, or if they don't sell all of it, they refrigerate and sell it again the following day. So you have to check on the gills. The gills can tell you whether the fish is fresh or not. Fresh fish normally has very red gills. That shows you blood was still circulating, not far from when the fish is being sold. Yes, and when you find when the color of the gills is turning to purple, sometimes pinkish, sometimes even black, dark, you know that the fish is not fresh. And when the fish is not fresh, during deep frying it really disturbs as well. It tends to stick on the pan and also takes long to dry. Most times it just ends up crashing. Yes, so you have to be careful as you buy your fish. If you want to enjoy fish, buy fresh fish and deep fry it properly. So I'm going to flip the fish and deep fry the other side. It seems it's almost getting ready on the bottom side. If you want to know, you can try to flip. You can see they are all just turning, meaning they are not stuck on the bottom of the pan, so they are ready to flip. Since I'm holding the camera with my other hand, I'm multitasking. I'm going to pause the video a bit. I can, then we shall check on the other side together. So I just flipped the fish, and you can see how beautifully it's cooked on the side that was at the bottom. This is simply because the temperature of the oil is the right one. It doesn't take long and it cooks thoroughly well. You can see that golden color. Normally I don't want my fish very dry. Like I told you in the beginning, sometimes I'm not very sure if I'm going to dip the fish in some sauce or make stew. So I don't want it very dry just in case I decide that we are going to eat it deep fried. So when it is deep fried, when you are going to eat it deep fried, normally I just make some salads on the side. Yeah. Let me give you a small tour of my external kitchen as we wait. Like I told you in one of my videos, our home is still under construction. It's not complete, so some parts are not properly done. So I have this as my cabinets for the outside kitchen, the external kitchen. Those are the cabinets. Then I have my simple sink here. This is my simple sink. This side is where I cook from. This charcoal stove is not supposed to be on top there because actually this is just ash. I normally collect after cooking. Sometimes I use it if I am baking on the charcoal stove and I want to adjust the heat. I use the ash for adjusting the heat. I just cover some parts of the fire and I reduce on the amount of heat. So like I was saying, this is actually a cooking stove. What you are seeing here, where I put my charcoal stove. This surface here is an induction cooking surface. I use it for cooking. Let me first check on our fish before we make burnt sacrifice. So I've removed the first batch of the fish. It got ready. Here it is. You can see how beautifully it cooked. That's the first batch. So I'm on the second one and the final batch. There were 2 whole fishes. I divided them into 3 pieces. So in a very short while I'll be done with this. So like I was saying, this is an induction cooking stove. It uses the induction cooking surface here. This is an induction cooking surface. I think I'm going to record a short video and you will see how it works. This door here, that's where we put in firewood. It uses firewood but without smoke. It has a chimney that exits all the smoke. So you put firewood there, you light, then afterwards you close and heat transfer begins to the surface of the cooker. Here it's an oven. So the heat from this other side, when the firewood is burning, transfers up to down here and you use it for baking or grilling. Down here is where ash collects. You can see there is some ash there. That's the ash collection unit as you are cooking. I'll make a video when I'm using it and you will see. So we have pieces of firewood here. These are the firewood pieces that we use in our induction stove. Yeah, I'll make a video of how it works and all of you will be able to see it. So let's continue with our fish deep frying. I'll be showing you once a while around our home, especially the kitchen. Yeah, that's our fish ready to be devoured. Yeah, please don't forget to tap that notification bell so that you can be among the first people to always watch our video as soon as we upload. And keep telling friends to subscribe. Let's enjoy such meals together. Don't be selfish. Tell a friend to come for proper recipes in the Kitchen Therapist Kitchen. I think I'll pause the video here for a bit. Since you have seen this process, the next process will be the sauteing of the fish. I have some errand I'm going for. When I get back is when we shall continue with our video. Let me pause it here for a bit until the time when I'll be sauteing our fish. See you in a bit. So here we are. The fish is properly deep fried, as you can see. So we are going to prepare ingredients for sauteing our fish. We are just going to use some green bell peppers, carrots, tomatoes, onions, some fresh garlic, and I'll put some lemon juice for that slightly tangy taste. And we shall have our fish with whatever I'll decide we have it with. Yeah, this is the ready deep fried fish. If you don't want to dip the fish in any sauce or to saute, you can decide to have yours deep fried with some salads on the side. This is still tasty. So let's prepare to saute our fish. So here we are with our spices ready. Tomatoes. Here I have garlic paste, the coriander. Remember, I normally freeze my coriander. This is methi, or what you may call fenugreek. The fenugreek leaves, chopped and frozen. This is my lemon. I'm going to squeeze in the fish. Then green bell pepper. And a combination of spices here. There is paprika, turmeric powder, white pepper, garam masala, fish masala, and a Maggi cube. I've purposely put this garlic here because we are going to talk about it. This is salt, and this is my tin for the garlic paste. This side, I already have my onions in the pan and carrots. I love using a lot of onions if you have been following my cooking. And today that I'm going to saute the fish, I'm actually going to dip the fish in a very thick gravy. And for thickness, if you want your sauce to be thick, just use a lot of onions. Remember, tomatoes are just for color. Your sauce will be red. The tomatoes are just full of water. The water will dry out and you remain with the color. So we are going to begin sauteing our fish. Oh, before we continue, we are going to have our healing spice moment. Remember, I promised you I'll be talking about one of the spices every time we are cooking. I'll be picking one from my recipe. I talk about it so that you can know the value and you get the interest to use the spices freely. In our previous video, we talked about how natural spices are important. They help nourish our bodies and souls. So today for our healing spice moment, I'm going to talk about garlic. That's why I had this garlic here. I want to talk about garlic. This is the garlic cloves, and what I'm going to use for cooking my fish is this, peeled and crushed to make the garlic paste. Yeah. So what is garlic? Garlic is a nutrient-dense aromatic bulbous plant, and it belongs to the onion family. And why I'm saying it's bulbous, it's because it forms a bulb underground. That is how it grows. That is how it's propagated, using bulbs. And since onions grow in the same way, they belong to the same family. Garlic is known for its pungent flavor and medicinal values. It is very rich, very, very rich in sulfur. And that's why it helps the body by supporting heart health and lowering the blood pressure. It also boosts antimicrobial effects. Hopefully we are together. Some of these terms I've tried to simplify so that all of us can understand. Most of them are either agricultural or medicinal terms. Yeah, so in our kitchen we try to simplify, to break down the complex words into simple kitchen words. So the reason why I love using garlic is because aside from adding flavor to my dishes, it quietly supports our health naturally, that is. I use garlic in almost all my recipes: roasting, boiling, frying, steaming, and even baking, especially the garlic breads. Then also I add garlic in salads. I use it in combination with other spices, of course, depending on what I'm making. For example, I love combining it with spices like black pepper, white pepper, tumeric, then also with other herbs. So today I'm combining the garlic with salt, white pepper, turmeric, the garam masala, paprika, and fish masala to season my fish. You can combine it in other ways depending on what you are cooking or baking or roasting or boiling or grilling, and also it depends on the flavor you want for your food. That's why I told you last time, do not have a fixed seasoning for your recipes. For example, fish, have a variety, meat, have a variety, chicken, have a variety. So you can combine garlic with other spices. For example, you can have garlic, lemon, and herbs like rosemary, parsley, what other fresh herbs? I want to pick on fresh herbs. We have parsley, rosemary, mint. Yeah, such. You can combine garlic with lemon and other herbs to use in your salad dressing. Yes. Then you can combine garlic, rosemary, black pepper, and use for roasting. There are very many ways you can combine. I don't want to give particular examples that some of you will stick on. I want you to have the idea that you can mix garlic with different herbs and lemon to dress your salad. You can mix garlic with rosemary, peppers, and other spices to use for roasting, for boiling, for grilling, and many other cooking methods. So I think I've talked not deeply about garlic, but at least everyone has got or picked something or an idea about what garlic is, the health benefits, and how you can incorporate garlic with other spices to season your different kinds of cooking. That will be it for our healing spice moment. Hopefully you begin incorporating garlic in your meals, because garlic is a power spice. It's very, very healthy. And now on to our cooking. Let's continue with the sauteing of our fish. I'll turn on, you'll hear some bit of noise because I'm going to turn on my chimney, and then I turn on my fire. Let me bring the oil. So I'm adding in oil. I hope everything can be seen clearly. So I've added in oil, just a little bit. Remember, the fish is already deep fried. It has some oil in it, so don't put too much in the onions. We are going to give it time to start cooking. We shall go step by step together until we shall finish sauteing our fish. So let's continue. Remember, I put carrots together with onions so that the carrots can cook. Since this is one of the sauces that doesn't take long, and remember the fish is already deep fried. We are just going to dip it in our gravy. We are going to just dip it in the gravy. So I want the carrots to begin cooking as early as now with onions. It's not going to take long. You saute until it begins turning brown. We don't need dark onions. We need a beautiful orange gravy on our fish. We don't need it to be dark. Who wants to join me? I'm eating a mango. Very sweet, very juicy. We are almost there. The background noise you are hearing, it's my chimney, and probably also the kettle. I'm boiling some water. Look at my mango. It's just so sweet and fresh. So at this point, I'm going to add in the green bell pepper and garlic. The green bell pepper and the garlic paste. There you go. So while we are putting the bell pepper in oil so that it can become a little crunchy, such that it will not cook and disappear in our gravy. We just want it to be a little crunchy. Let's continue sauteing. When I say sauteing, I remember a chef that I love so much here on YouTube and also TikTok. Whenever he's cooking, when he puts onions in the saucepan, he says saute, add tomatoes, saute, add carrots, saute, add the meat, saute. I love him so much and he's one of my inspirational chefs. So this is the color we want for our onions. This is the color we want. So I'm going to add in tomatoes and other spices right about now. So here we go. I'm adding our grated tomatoes. When I'm making this particular fish, I like to grate my onions and tomatoes so that I can have a very nice fine gravy. So I told you I normally either chop the tomatoes and onions or blend them or grate them depending on what I am cooking. So for this, I prefer to use grated onions and tomatoes. So I'm going to add in the spices. You might think this is very little, but remember we seasoned our fish before deep frying. And since we have talked about the medicinal properties of spices, you don't want to put too much. It will be like an overdose to your body and it will affect your organs. So you use moderately, remember. So what I've just added here is enough because our fish was already seasoned with almost the same spices. So I'm going to add in the Maggi cube and then the coriander and the methi. Remember, methi is fenugreek. So we have the fenugreek seeds that we can grind and use in powder form, and we have the fresh fenugreek leaves that you can use directly the way I'm using now in its fresh form. Next, I'm going to squeeze in the lemon. Next, I'm going to squeeze in the lemon. Here we go. This is my lemon squeezer. You can see it does it so well. All the juice is out. So that's enough juice. Sorry for that. I think the spices have entered my nose and it's a bit itchy now. So this is my lemon squeezer, very simple, but it does magic. Because I love that it has this part that you keep turning the lemon, compared to the metallic one that I have, that you put the lemon and just squeeze, some juice remains. This one ensures that all the juice is out by turning the lemon around and around. Yeah. Let's continue sauteing until the juices of the tomatoes dry out. Have I put salt? Not yet. I almost forgot. That should be enough for now. Remember, when I was seasoning the fish, I put in some salt. So when you see the oil beginning to be visible, you know that the tomatoes are drying out. So we are going to wait a few minutes for more oil to be visible, so that we can now add in some little water and saute our fish. Actually, the sauteing process gets done when we put in the fish, because we can't keep turning the fish. It will all crush. We are almost there. I thought the gas is about to do for me the other thing. You know that thing, when you are cooking, then it just decides to get done. But I still have, I think the cylinder is like halfway done. So I'm going to put in some little water, and then we put our fish. This is enough. Let me put in some little water. I'm using hot water, that's why you see as I'm pouring, it's continuing to boil. Let me add a little more, that is too thick, has to enter in our fish properly. So let me put in the fish. So here we go. I hope the space will be enough. So I became a human rat. It looked so delicious and I could not resist. So this is mine. I think I'll eat it dry. I'll not put it in the tomatoes. So we are going to reduce on the heat and let it have a few minutes here. I know all of us must be drooling. This looks so delicious. We are drooling. You see how cooking is easy. And we are done here. Instead of you going to the restaurant to order for, actually in Swahili, I keep referring to Swahili because I'm Kenyan, and the people who know how to cook most, I believe, are the Swahilis. The people from the coast, Mombasa especially. So they have what is called samaki ya kupakwa, smeared fish. This is almost like the smeared fish, but I think here we are missing coconut. This sauce was supposed to have some coconut to make it samaki wa kupaka, but it is still packed like smeared with our ingredients. This is enough to pack the fish. Yes, so we almost made samaki wa kupaka. You realize I'm not turning my fish. I don't want to deform the fish pieces. I've adjusted the fire. Now they are all well covered. You can move, let me move the camera closer and we see. And this is thick enough gravy for our fish. I can't wait to have this with ugali or posho or pap, what the West Africans call pap. Is it pap? There is pap and there's the other kind of food also they like to pair in with stew. I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten its name. So our fish is done, it's ready. I'm going to put off the fire and enjoy on your behalf. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy on your behalf. You see how thick the soup is without even the thickener. Just put in enough onions and enough tomatoes. Yeah. So I'm going to end the video here today. Remember to comment, like, and share my videos. I do appreciate, and continue telling friends to tell friends to subscribe to our channel so that we learn from each other. I hope you are enjoying my new subscribers. I hope you have enjoyed this recipe. This is what I love doing, cooking, and I create my own recipes So join the team, continue liking, sharing, commenting, and do not forget to hit on that notification bell so that you can be among the first people to always watch my videos as soon as I upload them. Today is Saturday and it's a rainy day here. I want to wish you all a very nice weekend and a beautiful week ahead. Bon appetit to those who will try this. I promise you, you will not regret. For now, have a very, very beautiful day. Ciao and bye.